And we're
live.
I hate it. We need this countdown. We should go back to
We
live.
do.
I mean, like the countdown was awesome, and I was like, oh my god, like what did I say?
It was worth it just for the countdown, just for that 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And we're live.
Yeah, but other
now
than
it's just
we love StreamYard because, as you can see, you're not only watching us probably on Facebook, but you can also watch us on LinkedIn, on your Twitter feed, on.
Wow.
I have no idea. Like so many sources.
On
so
Facebook,
wherever you're
LinkedIn.
watching, wherever you're listening to us, welcome to another episode of 302 of a Kind. And we would like to temporarily redirect you from work to
the weekend.
Woo! It's our tagline anymore. So I guess that cries for a cheers.
Nice.
Here again. Yeah.
Prost. Yeah. Beer.
Although I can't really see it, but I heard it's better outside.
It's glorious. Finally in Munich, we have some sun.
I've been sitting down here whole day. So
in your dungeon.
Yeah. That's a basement, not a dungeon. A dungeon. Although that would make me the dungeon master.
Which is cool.
You know Dungeon Master? Yeah. Like that game, like from
like Dungeons
30
and
years
Dragons.
Ago?
Yeah.
Dungeon Master, yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Hans Kronenberg is saying cheers. Oh, let me pull him in.
Cheers.
It's so nice because we can, as you can see in a second, we can actually put him in here. Cheers to Hans. Hans, servus. Cool, dass du einschaltest. By the way, Hans was a guest on Systrix's YouTube show today talking about trust. And I think he had a really nice...
Trust.
I didn't see it. I definitely want to watch it because he had like really this very nice image of explaining trust with a glass of wine. And if you put more water into the wine, it gets like the good wine gets diluted. Mm-hmm. And like the water is like non-speakable URLs and like all the BS dilute like your. Maybe I've not gotten it perfectly, but this is actually what I got out of that image, and I thought that was a pretty smart way to explain this. And also, Kate is also here. Cheers! Happy Friday! Happy Friday to you too, Kate.
Happy Friday, Kate.
Awesome you're here. So if you're watching us from YouTube, Facebook, wherever, LinkedIn, please, comment and say hi. It would be really nice. Sitting in a basement, like speaking into a computer, it's always nice, to get a little bit of feedback. By the way, talking about feedback, there's something new I learned this week that I would like to share with you because actually my kids are now all into magic, so I'm trying to like learn magic tricks with them. So
like Magic the Gathering or Magic?
No, oh yeah, we're playing Magic the Gathering too, which actually Kate got me to, because Kate, I don't even know if I can tell this, but whatever. So Kate got me into playing Magic the Gathering again, which I played 20 years ago, like religiously. I even was like in a championships and stuff like this. I had like a type 1 deck with Black Lotus, all the Moxes, Time Walk, Time Traveler. Also, if you guys are into this, you probably it's cool. If you're not, it's like, what else? What is he talking about? But so it was really cool back then. And I actually introduced my son to it, and he totally got the hang of it, and he really likes it. Now, make me big again real quick. Because
I didn't mean to do that.
This awesome magic trick. So look at this. So I got the ring here. I got a ring, and here's a normal Gummiband.
Like an elastic band.
Elastic band. All right. Yeah. So and you see, this doesn't really fit in here, but let me see. Like 1, 2, 3.
No.
That's awesome, right?
What?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's so easy, and it's like really funny. So we were practicing these tricks. But it's really easy. Look, here's the Gummiband.
Do it again.
Here it is.
Oh my god. Mind is blown.
I can also show you something really cool what we did. Wait, let me find the video. This is really fun. Here. So I tried this trick of actually levitating.
Jetzt der schwebende Papa. Wow. Okay,
what?
Can you see this? That I'm levitating?
Oh my god.
You see it? It's so funny. And we actually did it together. So we actually did this together. We were both levitating.
Und jetzt zum ersten Trick. Das schwebende Team Tandler. Und schweben.
Yeah.
He looks terrified.
all these magic tricks. Wait, I have one more. Let me just do this one.
This is very wholesome.
Yeah, and it's awesome. The kids love it. Yeah, especially if they don't get it right away. So this elastic band on my finger here, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pull this off, and you got that one, right? That was easy, right?
No.
You don't get it? Here? So here is it. I'm just going to pull it off. Should I tell you? All right. So today is all about learning magic tricks in 3 or 2 of a kind. So this is it's really cool. So what I'm doing is like this, right? And you see this from my perspective. I'm doing like this. And what I'm doing now, and I show you from my perspective, I'm like saying, I pull off the Gummiband. What I'm doing is this. Right? For you, it looks like this. So I'm like, okay, now in slow-mo.
Damn.
Yeah, like, awesome, right? Yeah. And this is why the kids can...
You did not tell me this was going to happen.
What?
You did not warn me that you were going to blow my mind with magic tricks.
Do you want to learn the other trick as well? That's also very easy.
Okay,
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So what are you going to do? It's like this. It's already like this, right? So what I'm doing...
Is there a gap in the ring?
No, there's no gap in the ring. What I'm doing is I hold the ring like this. Like this. I'm pulling it. I'm taking this here. Put the 2 fingers over it. And now it looks like I'm just holding the ring and have the Gummiband. And all I'm doing is 1, 2, 3, and I leave, as I just remove those fingers. And it's like this, right? Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, like, really, you learn these like so easy, and the kids are learning them, and then like showing them to mom and their friends, right? So it's like really cool. Yeah, I won't tell you how the levitating works because this was really awesome.
That's real magic.
This was last Sunday morning. So last Sunday morning, I was already down, and I was preparing this trick. Also, I can't do it while moving, right? So I was standing at the front of the stairs, and it basically was saying, "Hey, come down here." So they were coming down the stairs, and I was standing there, right? And then I'm like,
oh no!
Like, oh my God,
no!
Holy shit! Right?
Oh my God!
It's also a very nice illusion, but it's actually also quite easy.
So Phil from Hamburg, ahoy!
Nice. Phil von Sassen, auch alter.
SEO magic. So to everyone sitting at home, I'm going to try something. Give us a heart reaction if you love the magic and a haha reaction if you think it's funny. Does this work?
It's ridiculous in Marcus.
Or a thumbs up.
Because there's more magic tricks. You know, we could do the show all like every Friday. You know,
we need a webinar. Yeah, like a dedicated show. Yeah. I remember when we did Better Together last year in Splitty, Martin Splitt was doing amazing card tricks for us. That was so fun. Yeah,
that was really cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to prepare some more for next week. No, I'm not going to show the stupid one again. So whatever. We want to talk about SEO anyway. But by the way, I got to show this from Malte Landwehr here. Hi, Malte. Great you're watching. And he said, I started playing Magic the Gathering again last week. This is awesome, right? So many more people getting into Magic the Gathering. Actually, Kate will love it, love hearing this. Magic just launched their mobile app, by the way. I have no interest in this. I'm no interested in getting more screen time. This is not something parents, like think about. It's like, how can I have more screen time for my kids, right? No, I want to play the card game with him and nothing on an app or something like this. But I appreciate the effort
for on the go
to get me in there. Felix Duller, please show as a weekly special. My kids will love that. Awesome. All right, I will learn another trick until next week. I have so many. This is so funny. I will show some more. Glad you like my magic tricks. This was actually just I just wanted to blow your mind, but I love it.
It was really fun. Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you. Now for some SEO extravaganza, I would say. You have probably prepared a presentation, which I love, that you prepared something.
Now we have 3 or 2 of a kind 3 times, but let's spill the tea. So let's run through what's going on in the SEO news for this week. The great Tandini.
Come on, Tandini.
That's cool.
I'm actually the great
Right.
Papa, but yeah, I think
Oh,
among yeah, I got
so
it here.
sweet.
Papa, du bist super. So
Adorable. I can't compete with that. It's just so sweet. But onto the news. SEMrush went public. Congratulations.
Absolutely, congratulations, SEMrush. I think this is a whatever you think, but I think this is a great milestone for our whole industry. Having an SEO tool provider going public. So really, hat tip to SEMrush for achieving this. I mean, this is freaking phenomenal. When I saw Olga posting that picture, that is pretty cool.
It's really
probably
cool.
a once in a lifetime moment for a lot of these guys. So yeah, well done.
Yes.
Good luck, SEMrush.
Yeah, congratulations. Also, the big story. Okay, the big story. Let me run you all through.
Please
Everyone
do, because
knows.
I don't want to talk about this.
We're going to talk about it.
No, I'm not.
So, similar to his study, he does it every year, does Rand. Rand releases...
It's not a study, it's a headline. Just the only thing I'm going to say. This is not a study. This is just a headline.
Okay. You go get some more beer. No, just kidding. So Rand does some studies every year to understand the clickstream data, so how a search is behaving. And the numbers were, let's say, concerning when they first came out, when the report first came out. So yep. So as we can see, 65% of searches result in 0 clicks. We're going to go more into what that means soon. That's mobile searches, by the way. For desktop, it was around 50 something, but yeah. Also, this is a brand new study, and it's important to add a brand new data source as well. So JumpShot is now obsolete because that relied on a vast collection data. That was a whole story as well last year. So now SimilarWeb is providing this data, and it's also global data. He gave us some headline statistics. So it was around 5.1 trillion Google searches. This took place on the 100 million plus panel of mobile and desktop devices, from which SimilarWeb, the tool, collects clickstream data. Marcus, it's via the toolbar or other means, right?
Oh, they don't tell you where they get this data from.
They don't tell you.
There's lots of different data sources they're buying, lots of different traffic providers, could be toolbar traffic. And this is what I don't like about this clickstream data, and this is actually something already which basically pushed JumpShot over the edge, was like really, you have people that are unaware of this type of things being tracked, right? So I have a toolbar on my desktop. I have maybe an app, maybe a VPN app on my iPhone and on my Android phone, and all of a sudden, it's basically collecting where do I go, where do I click, what do I search for, and not just on Google, but on Facebook, on Amazon, on whatever. So obviously, it's anonymous data. At least I want to believe it to be anonymous data for the most extent. But still, a lot of these people are probably unaware that their behavior is being tracked. And so it's always clickstream data. I
mean, they're unaware if they don't read the terms and conditions of what they're agreeing to. But yeah.
These are like people like my dad who will download a random browser toolbar for like some price comparison or whatever, right? He's not reading, and I wouldn't read it anyway, right? But this is it. These are this type of things that getting installed that are selling their data to SimilarWeb. I mean, like obviously it's a very interesting data source. I also like to look into SimilarWeb, compare us with our competitors, and especially also look at where competitors are getting their traffic from, how much traffic they're getting, right? So I mean, like you get a lot of very good insights. But again, from the data source, it's a little bit questionable. And by the way, besides of this, what I also like to use here is traffic analytics from SEMrush. I also like this traffic analytics feature, which is a little bit better from the amount of information I get out of it than SimilarWeb. Also just if you also working with SimilarWeb, this might be a nice tip. Traffic analytics from SEMrush is also pretty cool.
Cool. Nice. Yes, and so of course Rand lets you make your own assumptions, but
of course
his opinions and his motives are pretty clear here. So he's concerned about Google's monopoly and how that impacts the web and the businesses that use it and rely on it. Personally, I do believe he has good intentions, but he states at the end, so the bad news coming out of this data is that in the last 3 years, Google's been the overwhelming beneficiary of increasing worldwide search volume. And as the pandemic takes more people off their laptops and desktops and puts them back on their mobile devices, which I disagree with, the zero-click search problem is likely to rise even more. And he's saying that this poses a threat to our... Oh, I can hear myself, but maybe I'm speaking too loud. To our search performance. Yes. Okay, and then a few days later, Google answered this with an article wrote by Danny Sullivan titled, "Google Search Sends More Traffic to the Open Web Every Year," which was kind of like an, oh, burn moment. The whole industry was kind of reacting like this, like, oh my God. Yeah. So it was
just saw the link to SE Roundtable and was like, holy shit, that's an awesome link for Barry. I mean, like, awesome, right? From blog.google.com.
From Google.
And you get that awesome link to SE Roundtable. Man, this is an awesome link.
It was kind of pretty interesting, like the timing, and I kind of called it a retaliation, but it was more just like their response to this data. Because honestly, it's like a classic case of expectation versus reality when it comes to us trying to understand what's going on with searcher behavior. So sometimes we think we understand how search works because we are used to sifting through GSC data and the queries that we focus on and the ones that we want to bring traffic through. Like, okay, buy blue sneakers size 42, and then someone comes to the website, they accept all the cookies so we can track them in their sessions, and then they buy something. That's the expectation. But really the reality is there are many different things going on with searches, such as query refinement, someone entering in a really vague keyword like sneakers. They see what is happening with the SERPs and the search results. They don't click onto a website. They refine their query. They do it again. Who knows how many times? I mean, it's always going to vary. It's always going to be a bit fuzzy. People are looking for quick facts, like election results in 2020.
Or as in the pattern, they would say information short. Also this the query category, right? So
exactly.
Obviously, they're siphoning a lot of traffic away from these information short kind of queries. But if your business model focusing on information short kind of queries, okay, you got outplayed. But I mean, like, seriously, how high is the Eiffel Tower? How high is Mount Everest, right? I mean, that's great. And you don't have to click through anymore. That's awesome. So, I mean, like, the best result can also be the same result just one click earlier, and this is what's clearly happening here. I don't have to click on anything. Here's your answer. Thank you very much, right? So from a user perspective, awesome.
Exactly.
And also what I like about your excuse me, Izzy, what I also like about your example here, sneakers, blue sneakers size 42. So I'm searching for sneakers, I don't click on anything. I search for blue sneakers, I don't click on anything. I search for blue sneakers size 42, and now I click. This is exactly the 2/3 of non-click searches happening, and now there's a click. This is exactly what's going on. So I love your example here because this is exactly what it leads to, right?
Yeah. But it's still important.
Also like that you put in Five Guys opening hours in there, because I might be now like vegetarian/vegan, but I still dig Five Guys. This is still
Five Guys is amazing. Yes. Yeah, and exactly those query refinement queries are important to enable someone to find what they're looking for. Oh, I love Five Guys. It's so good, but I haven't been there in ages because they're always in the outside of Munich. Yeah. They're never in the center.
No, they do now. They have in Kaufinger Straße, directly in the main Fußgängerzone, pedestrian district shopping area. there's a Five Guys opening.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing
Big
this weekend.
announcement in the vegan community. No.
Okay, no, I love vegan food. Just saying, and I'm sure they do a good vegetarian burger. But anyway, so yeah, business information. So they said on average, local results in search drive more than 4 billion connections for businesses every month. This includes more than 2 billion visits to websites, as well as connections like phone calls, directions, ordering food, and making reservations, all which are actions that are more important than a click to your website.
Absolutely. I love a great point, Izzy, because this is exactly my point, right? So I'm looking for a restaurant. I look it up. Oh, there's the telephone number. Obviously, I'm not going to choose Lieferando. I'm going to choose calling them up directly. I call them up, make business with them, right? Is it now worse now because I didn't click through to their website? No, hell no, right? Because they made the business, right? And this is what's happening so often, that people are just researching something and looking for a telephone number or anything, right? Yeah. And this is a no-click search, right? Something bad, something evil. But in fact, this is exactly how it works.
Yep. And then finally, navigation queries. So someone searching for Amazon and then navigating to the app, whether there is like app indexing going on there or a link to the app store, this is counted as a 0-click search, whereas in reality, the user is finding what they're looking for. So it's kind of this harsh reality, but this is how the search system works. And also Google is vastly improving their systems to be ready for this. So to really improve the user experience of like just making sure that this search engine and other search engines out there can also like help the cause of getting more information to people. I know I'm sounding like such a big Google advocate at the moment. And I do like the mission that Google has, but of course there's always going to be an ulterior motive behind this article and behind Google improving the UX of their information searches and of their business searches, etc. They, in the end, want to make money, but there's always an ulterior motive behind things like this.
Absolutely. I'm definitely on Google's side here. Of course, there's some things like the lyrics thing, right, where they really got caught red-handed, of scraping content from another website. But but the lyrics example itself is also pretty nice, because I'm researching lyrics for I can get no satisfaction, right? So, and I get it right there, right? I don't have to click through to anything. I get the lyrics. I get exactly what I want right there, right? So this is a great user experience. And this is what it's all about. Google, they trying to make their users happy, just as we like to make our users happy. And this clearly helps the users. Also, if you search for a calculator, you don't have to go to calculator.com. There's your calculator. There it is, right? And this is it, right? If you have calculator.com, you don't want to rely on Google traffic, right? But this is exactly what's going on. So Google is really just trying to satisfy the user intent as best possible. And again, the same result can be a better result if it's one step earlier. And what I don't like about this discussion is also like as if Google would owe us something, right? So I have this site and I used to rank, and now it's like Google owes me that I actually receive traffic or stuff like. No, Google doesn't owe you anything, right? It's just they're just trying to serve their users best, right? And so I actually, when I read this, I'm like, I don't care. I care so little about this. I want to say study. It's really just the like flashy headline, right? So I don't care about this, because I myself, I'm a purebred SEO. I'm an opportunist. I'm trying to make the best of what I can get, of what I have, right? And not, like think, oh, it was all better in the past. Yeah, obviously it was better in the past. 10 blue links, ha ha ha. Yeah, obviously I had a great time 20 years ago doing SEO, right? But still, these are the times now, and there's also stuff much better now than it was 20 years back, right? So, and this is it. It doesn't make any sense to like whine about. I know Germans are crazy about this. We're really great at that, right? But we're trying to whine about, like, oh, this is so unfair, and it was all better. It was all better without Corona. Obviously, it's better without Corona. Yeah, nobody's discussing, like, disputing this, right? And this is I think for me, right, I'm just an opportunist. This is the situation, and I don't try to, like sway Google into doing something different in the medium term future, whatever, right? I'm trying to make the best of what I can do now. And if this is the case, this is just it, right? So this is why I really don't care about this. And especially, and this is really where it got interesting and where I was really like a little bit also, I'm trying to find the real English word, the right English word here. I was like really amazed and what a turn this conversation all of a sudden took, right? So with his wife actually suggesting Danny or offering Danny to eat her farts. I saw that. It was like I really threw up a little in my mouth about this, and I also said, why? I mean, like, this is why I hate Twitter. This is why I don't go to Twitter, because this is like exactly like the discussion culture going on Twitter in a lot of ways, right? And also here, I mean, like, I think it really doesn't help. It's sort of like you really want to scream, get a room, right? And then just talk it out. But then it's like, oh, it's also great narrative, because the narrative is all of a sudden, oh, so you have this $1 trillion company taking on the little guy building a startup in a shed. Obviously, that's a great narrative, might be picked up from anything, something, whatever, right? So I think Rand is very smart with things like this, right? He's very smart and avid with using Twitter. And so I think it turned a little bit into this. They got the big win of Google actually responding like this. I mean, like, how cool is that, right? You say
it was cool.
It was blog in a blog post about it. Holy shit, that is pretty awesome. And then it sort of like shifted. How can we use it the best? So let's create this narrative of, again, the $1 trillion company trying to, but this is not really happening in this case, right? Also, I think it's totally fine to go a little bit more into detail and explain to people, why these zero-click searches are happening, and this doesn't necessarily need to be something bad, right? But it's sort of like, oh, I'm telling the truth, and you're trying to shut me. I don't get this. I don't buy this, right? So
no.
Really, like, the whole discussion, it's so Twitter, right? It's so vile and.
Well, right? Not always. I post nice memes there, but yeah,
you do. But
I'm yeah.
I mean, but the Google, US, they had a president who was bragging on Twitter about the size of his red button releasing nuclear weapons. Right. This was for me the case where I really said, okay, I don't want to have anything to do with Twitter. This is just beyond insane. Right. So yeah. Don't get me started with Twitter.
Don't get you started. But yeah, I mean, Google didn't deny these numbers, but of course they didn't have to. And it's likely still true that, of course, this is how search is evolving. And personally, like, I'm glad that studies like this exist, because it lights a fire under our ass to get us to, like, A, focus on more relevant queries, B, to change the way of how we look at aggregate search data as a whole, because sometimes we're not filtering out the right properties, we're looking at things too holistically and then gaining, like, status quos from that. Of course, C, to use creative means of standing out in the SERPs, different structured data, different features, different enrichments. And finally, to cut out the middleman by being this strong brand that gives the best possible experience, so that people are actually directly coming to your website for a repeat visit, for a repeat transaction, and not needing Google to be there in the middle. So
or actively searching your brand even more.
Of course,
because
yeah,
then Google
exactly.
really relies on showing your result, because people want to see your result, right? So this is the best I can do here, is like really like people want me because they're searching for my brand. So ranking.
Yes, right? Yes. And that's what I think this data is good for. It's good to, like, light a fire under our ass. It should not be used as a scapegoat. It should not be taken to say, oh, SEO is dead, give up and move on and go into.
Oh, damn it.
Never.
All right, bye for today. SEO's dead. That's it, I guess.
Yes. Hey, Leah.
Yeah, Leah, this is exactly
Yay.
right. Marcus and Izzy doesn't make any sense. Awesome. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, by the way, we got so many people coming in. I mean, like, obviously, Leah actually saying good morning before that. We also got William Sears. Hello, friends. Hello,
Hey,
friends.
William.
It's great to see you. Great for stopping by and watching. Martin Missfeld also, moin.
Moin.
Famous German image SEO guru. I mean, like, seriously, guru. If there's any term for that, it's for him. And we actually got Malte Landwehr like having a couple of questions. So first of all, since Wright has access to a lot of GC accounts, you bet. Do you see a decline in CTRs over the last years? Actually, not. I mean, like, obviously with pages that don't do a good job, I can see a decline in CTR, but I think there's no overall trend we can see of declining CTRs massively. I can think of one industry, and I don't want to go into specific, like, this is like taking from like a GSC account basis or kind of stuff. But what I personally encountered, and this is in the job industry, when actually Google introduced the job insertion, also the
job
listings,
search thing,
yeah. So I had one property focused on this, and this took a serious hit. Definite serious hit. But again, this is something, I mean, like, for me, I don't care. It's an old affiliate project which doesn't rank anymore. I'm fine with that, right? But I think this is also something it makes a lot of sense for Google showing these job ads right away, right? Because again, I'm looking for a job as an SEO in Munich. I'm not, don't worry. No, really, I'm not really. All right, boss. So I'm looking for an SEO job in Munich. So I'm gonna type in job SEO Munich, right? And why do I need to click through to all these different portals and look there while when I can have it right there, right? So this is something. I mean, like, obviously, I get it. It's not very cool for these kinds of companies, that this is happening. But I mean, this is not Google's problem, right? They can't steer around, oh, there's already so much pages which do this, so we can't go in there. No, because this is something which makes sense to be solved right in the SERPs, right? So I know this is just, I think, I'm a realist here. I mean, like, for us, I mean, like, obviously, they could build their own Wikipedia, which would siphon away a lot of our wiki traffic we're getting or stuff like this. But from a SEO like a website quality management tool standpoint, we're not in a competition here, right? And so for us it's cool, but this is again the problem, right? As Google can't be respectful, be mindful of, there are other players in this space where I'm taking away traffic from them when I can actually solve the user intent much better by doing it directly in the SERPs and licensing this content, obviously, which would be also something nice. But again, this is so many facets. Really so many facets. Actually, Malta also has another thing. If Google is doing all this for users, do you suggest Google is the best hotel, shopping, etc. aggregator? I don't. And the thing is, that is great that they are not the best aggregator. There might be the best aggregator for a lot of those people who just search for Google, who just want to use Google, who don't go anywhere else, who are for those people who it's enough, right? But this is actually where a Idealo, a Booking.com, or something like this, actually it still has as it has its place and room to grow by offering a much better product, because this is exactly what I said before, because I don't want people then to search for job SEO Munich or hotel New York, but instead they're looking for Booking.com New York, Booking New York, right? And this is exactly the case here, right? This is still a great opportunity to build a better product, of course, taking traffic away from this, but still, this still is like your chance still to offer a better product, better prices, better overview, better recommendations, better
programs for loyalty and customer retention, right? Yeah.
So this is why I think also if something like this happens, it also flourishes creativity, right? That you really got to think about, what can I do, right? How can I deal with the situation? How can I still, find my place in this ecosystem and been. But it's a bad way of saying like, okay, this is my product, this is what I'm doing, and sort of like Google now owes me traffic to that project because I spent so much time on it, right? I mean, I spent so much time on it. Google really should give me that traffic. No, they don't, right? But if you supply the better product, and instead of all of a sudden people searching for Hotel New York, all of these people would be searching for Booking.com, New York, or Hotel New York, it would be a whole different ballgame all of a sudden, right? So yeah, I'm torn. But obviously, like Multiland obviously working for Ideality and having a phenomenal product, right? As for them, I think it's not so worrisome. Woo! We got Judith coming in. Woo! Love you guys, and we love you. And she was it was her birthday 2 years ago. Today it was also her birthday 2 years ago. I think she turned 26 2 years ago. So, but 2 days ago she celebrated her birthday. So also post.
Really? Happy birthday, Judith! I had no idea.
I didn't know.
Terrible friend. I didn't know.
Should we sing? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Judith. Happy birthday to you. I just realized we've never done this, and it's actually quite horrible, so we shouldn't do this anymore. So this was the first and last serenading Judith. Yeah. So we got so many comments in here. I want to like Martin Misfeld. Nice feature with the messages on the bottom of the stream. I like. Oh,
it is.
It's sort of like Inception because I'm just putting his message on the bottom of the stream, talking about how nice it is. Whatever.
This is StreamYard.
StreamYard, yeah, we love StreamYard. Absolutely.
Yes.
Phil von Sassen, SEO is dead. In Marcus' case, it must be dead is SEO. Dead. Okay, I got the wordplay here. I love it. Markus Petzek, servus. Markus, also moin. What is good is saying reviews will always be needed and wanted, so Google will take some, but hopefully not all. And this actually also, I have a great case for this. Thank you so much for the view here, Judith. There's a great site, Thomann. They sell music instruments in Germany. So and they really excel. I mean, like they also rank really well. Obviously, because I think one of the biggest assets is also they have great reviews of like really musicians. So if you would like search for a specific like a wah-wah for your guitar or stuff like this, right? So you would go to Amazon and the reviews will be like, oh yeah, great product, awesome, great product, fast delivery, thank you. For Thomann, it will be like a review like this from an actual music expert who will say like, okay, the wah-wah effect is a little bit blah, 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 blah. So, and this is really, I think, a perfect example on how you can still find your place in this ecosystem, because they really excel at having these great in-depth reviews of experts in the music field, right? Instead of like for the normal user that would buy on Amazon, right? So exactly what Judith is saying here, they always will be needed. A lot of people base their product decision on reviews. So if this is my case where I can collect also the best possible reviews and stuff like this, right? I still have something why people go to Thomann and not to Amazon, or even if Google would offer it to me, right? They would still go there because they really want to read what people think about it.
And I think it's always healthy to have collections of reviews from many different sites and sources as well. So Google will rely on that. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got Christoph Semper. Hey guys, this by the way, terrible.
Hey Christoph.
Also, I love you, but this is horrible. Hey guys, what did I miss the last 2 weeks at SEO? Any drama? Oh man, eat my farts.
There was no drama.
No. What's the webinar tool you use now? StreamYard. It's awesome. Yeah. No, there's no drama. There was a lot of drama. I just didn't read it. Pros to Judith. This was for serenading her on her belated birthday. Okay.
Cheers.
Totally asynchronous. Yeah, I'm sorry for this. I'm trying to pull these in better. Oh, by the way, one more. Philip says, when it comes to Google behavior, I get Stockholm syndrome. We have created a monster that we can no longer do without. It's a love-hate relationship in many areas. However, Google is greedy. Absolutely, undisputed. But again, I'm an opportunist. I don't care. This is the reality right now. It doesn't help me to complain. So I'm just trying to make the best out of what I can do. Thanks so much.
That's all we can do.
for all the comments and really like interacting with us. That makes it really fun for us. And I really love this because Phil is watching on YouTube. We got Martin and Judas coming via Facebook. We have somebody came via your Twitter and somebody came via LinkedIn, right? So I love it that we're like pulling in all these different sources and everybody can contribute and comment. Okay, one last thing from Christoph here. Just canceled StreamYard for their shitty login function and lack of 4K support, and they got acquired. That's usually the end of a good product. Okay, I didn't even know that. But as I had never had any problems with the login, and
we're enjoying it
4K because in 4K I don't look so good. You don't want to see me in 4K. This is just because it's so blurry that I look like, oh, look at this good-looking fellow. But if you see me in 4K, it's like, oh my god, how could Becky
keep it to?
Yeah.
But we'll keep it to 720p. We're fine with that.
Yeah, we're absolutely. We don't have to be high definition. Yeah, here. And Sam Alderson, yay, Sam! Let me grab a beer. Yeah, please do.
Prost.
You can also watch us from your awesome new shed. I really like the new shed.
It's amazing.
Yeah, really cool, really cool.
I love their house. I want to go to the Aldersons for a barbecue.
Absolutely.
One day. Okay. Okay, got it. Shall we run through the news?
Yeah. Let's. Yeah. It's so fun. So many people interacting. Obviously, we want to give them some screen time here too. So.
Of course. No, I love it. Send in all of your questions and comments and song requests.
Wait, I would even put a banner up here. What do you think about this? What
do you think about this? Okay. Some more news from Google. So 5 ways search can help you learn. They have some features around practice problems, around like quizzes, so STEM quizzes, and different problems around like maths and science, which is really cool. So what you can do is when you enter like a query related around this or a question, and then they have like actual quizzes on the search.
This is not the 007 kind of bond, right?
No. It's a bond between
like how chemicals bond together. Also
like a covalent bond
Okay.
And they also have some really cool ways that you can learn more about bonds, Marcus. Like with augmented reality, you can like pull up and view these different bonds and then like look at it in your living room. Your kids are going to love it. So lots of different ways of learning. And also you can find the required structured data markup and the regulations over on Google on their Search Central documentation. So nice to have some new rich results. I love new rich results. Yes. And if you also want to read more from the SEO world, check out Search Engine Land.
By the way, I've not seen this one. It's really cool. Also, this is the first time I actually read about it. Awesome.
It was like 10 minutes before the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, because I was like, how did I miss this? Because it's actually quite interesting.
It's really interesting. Yeah.
Really cool. Thank you.
Yes, cool. So an article that we were loving this week is from the great Arij Abu Ali. She covers hiring a tech SEO, this whole process. She gives us some great advice on formulating a profile, on sharing the offer in diverse networks, interview structures, and lots of advice on the right questions to raise, which is very important.
Because, by the way,
yes?
Barry.
It's
been a hate-hate relationship. That's because we were like the Google law of hate relationship. If there's one hate-hate relationship, it's definitely Barry Adams. Great you're watching. Awesome.
Funny. Yes, and also just before we discuss the article, because I really loved it, she mentions, I've seen far too many job ads, me too, that expect too much from tech SEOs. Hang on, so you want them to analyze, audit, report, know every aspect of tech SEO, and code in SQL, Python, and JavaScript? Seriously, the expectations have been very high. And this reminded me of some kind of joke that I saw live on the internet. So some guy's LinkedIn profile, and he asks recruiters to point out which of those are Pokemon. Do you know any Pokemon?
I can't actually read it this well. So probably Python and Scala. Could those be Pokemon?
Yes, those are the two of the most famous Pokemon. Pandas.
I don't know. I have not a good vocabulary in Pokemon. Actually, Julius also likes Pokemon. He has like Pokemon cards. He doesn't play the game, but he likes to collect them, and he also has a very cute Pokemon pajama. But this is like I only know Pikachu and Eevee. This is what Little Belly likes the most. But these are like the only two Pokemon I know. So
they also have different names in German, which confuse me.
Vulpix. Don't you code in Vulpix? Come on, Judas.
I'm fluent in Vulpix. Yeah, no, funny. And also Onyx, Vulpix, Ditto, Ikans. Ikans is a Pokemon. It's snake backwards. Yep. Metapod. And so on. Anyway, back to the article. Yeah, and I think it's really great how she mentions, like, it's not just about the knowledge and the expertise. Like, definitely try and have someone with problem solving, project management, strong culture fit. All of these that are really important for us at Bright. Of course, we are hiring at the moment for our team. I should have posted this, but
you
yes.
Should have.
Come work with Marcus
and I. The launch of the Suite 5.0, and you're like, 5.1, and you're like, I didn't even put it in.
I forgot.
Really? Come on.
I'm so bad at publishing related
news. Yeah, me too. I wasn't thinking about this. But by the way, so I also like our article a lot, and this actually comes back to something we discussed on Clubhouse earlier this week. We actually did a big special show on Clubhouse regarding SEO recruiting SEOs. We had Johan van Heusen from Wingman and Julian Zicki from Seokratie with us, and they are really involved in the BVDW, the Bundesverband Digitale Wirtschaft. So forget about it. The BVDW.
The board for online marketing regulation.
So it's a lobby organization for companies within the search marketing space. Let's say it like this. BVDW. I was actually also was helping there a lot, like early on, but I don't do it anymore. And because they created a SEO Fachkräftezertifikat. I think you have this a little bit later from the slides.
It's here.
But so we were discussing this, and this was really quite interesting. There it is. And so they published this article just one day later. So I really wanted to like put it in the spotlight here, and because I really like what she's saying, and because we were also discussing like questions, and what I like in these interview kind of situations, what I like to ask are always like not like necessarily questions about the general knowledge, but more like about how you go about things and how excited you are about this topic. For example, if somebody tells me he's doing link building, I like to ask, tell me 3 links you're really proud of. As 3 links you've built that you're really proud of. And you can learn a lot by the answer, like saying, okay, no, I built this comment link on this PageRank 9 site. It's like, yeah, whatever, right? But if you have this guy, so we were building a study. I was like this is like the page I want on. So what I did, I spied on this author, and I met him at a concert where he went to talk about something, and then I dropped in an email 2 weeks later, whatever kind of stuff, right? And you can really say like how engaged is someone, right? I like how he talks about this. And I think especially like Arish gives some great examples too about what is an SEO project you're really proud of. And I think especially like if you have somebody talking about something like this, you learn a lot about how he really much loves the product as the topic of SEO. So this is what I really liked about her article. But what I didn't like was she was like, we need to move away as an industry from saying to people that they should do an audit, which is something that we do. So in a second, third interview type of situation, we like to ask people to do a audit and of Write.com. So you get actually write access to our crawl data as well as the GSC data. So we even give you the GSC data of Write.com. And again, this is not about doing a comprehensive audit, but just like see how you work, giving us like 3 insights you find and a possible solution, right? And this is always a great way to really think like what's like a process somebody's taking, because obviously like with us in our team, we do a lot of audits. This is a big part of our work is doing audits for our customers. So obviously we want to know how somebody goes about doing an audit.
We don't care about the results. We care about how they reach them.
It's really like how it thinks. And I think, wasn't it you that offered like it had like a very great suggestion of saying not just, saying like do an audit, but that say you have 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes for this audit and just try to find something in 30 minutes and what you come up with. And I think this is also, it's even better because you might be inclined to like do a little bit more to really find something super cool. But in this case, it's like really you have half an hour. Where do you look first? Where do you look second? Where do you, smell, there could be something fishy here, right? So
I time box it because I know people want to spend, to wow us, they want to spend weeks and weeks on uncovering lots of interesting and useful piece of data and information. But in reality, I want to know what someone can do with a short amount of time, because that's how we have to work, isn't it? Like we need to make sure that we're prioritizing our resources internally, that we're not wasting weeks and weeks of our time. Sometimes we wish that we had all that time for some clients, especially. But yeah, like this is just how it works. Like we don't always have days to focus on this. And also like we provide audits for domains that we don't want to act upon. So it would be weird, I think, asking a prospect, a candidate for a job to audit a website for a client of ours. They're doing the job for us. I'm not with that. Like they just audit our subdomain because we don't care about the results. We know what's going on with our own subdomains.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in the BVDW, before I put in some comments, there's so many comments again here. But here, because I was saying I love the time boxing approach. Absolutely. As I also like the idea. This is a really great idea. That I hadn't thought of. So that's actually really good. And Marcus Pensek also here, like 14 years ago, I was told to send you, Marcus, a box of beer because I would get a backlink in return. Didn't believe it, didn't try it, sorry. You would have done a link. Like, seriously, then, obviously. I mean, I would link to anything. Right? So,
just send us both a box of beer and we'll both give you a link.
Send it to Izzy. That's cool. You get a link from me for free. Send it to Izzy. Yeah.
This is my favorite, yes.
I have Andex. Also, it says Hofbräuhaus Las Vegas.
Tillmans.
Yeah.
Oh, Prost. Yeah.
And
cool.
By the way, Hans loves Pokemon, apparently.
Yay!
ADE Bonn, Stadt Bonn, kein Pokémon ist firmensicher. Is it him? Okay, how can I click this? I can't click this. Okay, I need to see it later. And you get some sexier glasses like me. Oh, this was referring to this. Is the text really blurry? This is me or StreamYard. Apparently, you get sexy glasses. Yeah. So sorry about the comment shenanigans here. Dude, a box of beer is cheap for an authority link like this. You want a link from MediaMinutes.net? Be my guest. I mean, like, I can do it right now. It's like,
fun. So new in terms of advancements in accessibility and the web.
Oh, no, with Marcus. The BVDW, if I should have explained what was actually on there. Because...
Oh, yeah.
And just real quick, so the BVDW SEO-Fachkräftezertifikat is actually something for people that you don't waste your time in an SEO interview with... I mean, like, obviously, you have, like, if you have, like, an agency run directly by you, right? And then you have these job interviews, and obviously this also takes time from you, which is valuable. And when you find out in the first question, okay, this guy doesn't even have like standard terminology, right? It's getting kind of tough. And so they have this SEO Fachkräftezertifikat, and it's like 199 euros. It's like a test they can take and mostly it's around multiple choice questions, asking for Fachbegriffe, also the termini, also what is a status code 44, what is a status code 418?
Oh.
And so a company can pay the applicant to make this test in advance before actually doing the interview. So
Nice.
they actually pay this. So this is sort of like their initiative here, and this is what we're talking about on Clubhouse. I know it's in German and stuff like this, but I also thought it's a very interesting. What's Clubhouse? Jono, come on.
Yeah, what is Clubhouse?
Where have you been hiding, right? Probably on page 2 of the SERPs. Marcus back in links. No, come on. Also, yeah. Izzy, move on before I'm like getting penalized for link selling.
So Chrome now adds captions to audio and video on the web, including podcasts. This is pretty outstanding in terms of advancements towards better accessibility on the web. It seems pretty reliable at the moment, which is very cool. I really like Chinese beer.
I've never had Chinese beer. Most restaurants refuse to serve it.
I like Japanese beer, Chinese beer, Thai beer, Indian beer, any beer.
You just like beer?
I just like beer.
That's cool. Brad Kavanaugh said the same. I remember the Tegernseer Spezial. Miss you Friday. Absolutely. Cheers in heaven. Cheers to Friday.
Cheers. Kind of related to this as well. So John Moo was tweeting about how to get these nice key moments, which we've been seeing surfacing quite a lot over the past year or so, mainly on mobile, but now also on desktop, which is pretty cool. He gives some advice of actually adding in the description, the minute, the second, and the point of the video and what this details. So for example, here, this DIY stone fire pit, which is maybe the video that Jono and Sam watched when they made their fire pit. Do they have a fire pit? Is it a fire pit? And I was checking out, there was something in their garden. Is it a fire pit? Yeah. And then I was checking out some examples today, and it is, of course, possible to get this. So, for example, how to brew beer. And then there's like equipment, bar essentials, but no key moments being written in the description. It's simply that Google is also able to recognize points. I don't think you can see it in the thumbnail there, but also text from the images. They can recognize the visual audio indicators where you say, in the next step, we're going to be looking at the bare essentials. In the next step, it's the ingredients. And they can actually extract this, which is brilliant. Oh, they do have a fire pit thing.
And apparently he's very modern. I wanted to ask, did he click through to the result, or did he call up the fire pit guy? So was it a 0-click search, or no, I'm just...
Did you reward the website with a click? And did you accept all cookies so that they could track that session?
But I'm still envious. The fire pit is pretty cool. Yeah.
That is really cool.
I can compete with the shed, but not the fire pit, yeah.
I want to God. I mean, I have a very nice balcony now, but I would not put a fire pit on there.
No, don't.
That's not good. No. But yeah, this is some advice from Google's documentation that you can access there if you want to try getting this.
And this is awesome because now you can really also answer specific user intents with the help of your video, right? And I really like this. Also that Google is now also like doing this. Like if you're searching for something specific, it's within this half-hour video, and now I'm like really able to like say, oh, this is the exact how-to for doing exactly this, and you can just watch those 20 seconds, and this will really help you. So this is very cool. Yeah.
Also, nice inspiration for content creators of, what different sections to add into their YouTube videos if they think, okay, I also want to create a video on brewing beer or on SEO myth busting, which no one should attempt because Splitty owns that. But good topic inspiration, of
But
course.
you should brew your own beer, by the way. This would be actually kind of cool. Actually,
I used to do it.
Oh, really?
When I was a student, yep. But really cheap stuff, not like
because the police made you to, or
it was just too strong, too potent.
I went to prison. I can't do it anymore. Oh, this is like, oh, did I tell you this is so funny? I think you know the story. So I was like trying to help this alternative health site. And I was like, he was like talking about specific things he was selling and how it would help the health. And I'm like, oh, you really got to put this on the homepage. You really got to put this on the site, how this helps with, specific things. And he's like, oh yeah, he's not allowed to do this anymore. He was like by law, he was like sent to court, and now he can't say this anymore. I'm like, I cannot help you. So I cannot help you with that case. If you're not allowed to say this anymore, there's probably a good reason that you can't say this anymore, right? So, and I can't help you if you can't put it on the website. Yeah, sorry.
Wow.
By the way, Daniel here, Daniel Gashka. That was Daniel. Very cool format.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah, awesome. Great you're here. This is, thanks for participating and actually creating these loving vibes. Yeah. Martin, great advice. Does this also work with video sitemaps? I think it doesn't work with the video sitemap, right?
I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, there's multiple ways of triggering it, utilizing video object structured data as well, and those annotations. But I don't know about the sitemap. Good question.
Okay, and we don't know about SEMrush and investor advice. We're not very good investors.
We're not. We don't do that. That's up to like Andy and our colleagues. They have all that knowledge.
Yeah, and Philip Klöckner, and these are like they're very good things.
The finance bros.
This could also be interesting for voice search. Despite all expectation to the contrary, Audi has not led to an SEO pivot. Why would it? Yeah, also why would it? I actually still don't do it. I don't search by voice. I'm maybe not that lazy.
You're just not tech savvy, apparently, Marcus.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, it's always when we're comparing like Bildschirmzeit, also like screen time, I always like have the it's always like under half an hour a day, and I'm like always beating everybody.
What? But you're in Clubhouse every lunchtime.
Yeah, no, like Clubhouse is really screwing with the numbers. So if I'm on Clubhouse for a week, it's like always like 1.5 hours, but normally it would be like below 30 minutes a day. And it's like so funny. So last time, so when I'm with the kids, right, and I'm most of the times I don't have my phone with me, right?
Good.
So, and I have this so often, since something would happen, and I'm like, and then I'm like saying to Becky like, oh, I don't have my phone with me, and people are like, oh, you forgot it at home? So, no, I don't have my phone. No, it's at home. It's like, what? Like, why do you have it? Like, really, this is like, it's so funny. Like not having your phone. Like a lot of people like really like can't
panic. I panic.
That somebody wouldn't have his phone with them, right? It's always so funny. It's like, no, I don't have my phone with me, right? Oh, I would love to make a picture. I don't have my phone with me. What? You don't have your phone with you? What's wrong?
Oh, but I do like taking pictures. Like I don't know to check Twitter and stuff, but okay. Fair enough. Next up, our friends over at Search Pilot have been busy again, testing like always. And this time they're localizing product content for a US site. Good, because this makes a lot of sense. So I forgot to show you the examples, but it was like pants versus trousers, like British isms versus American isms. And this can make a huge difference in your conversions, in getting, the right traffic to your website because of the keywords that you're using. And shockingly enough, they got a 24% uplift in organic traffic. Good. Always localize it. Yeah,
but how is it about you? If you encounter like a US site, are you less inclined to click on it, buy from it, only because it uses the US terminology?
No, because I'm now like a child of the world. Like I haven't lived in England for 6 years, so I'm okay with that. But I know a lot of people are put off, and also I don't want to buy a product that is in dollars. don't trust it, that they can't ship to the EU or to the UK. So all of these factors are, I know, very important for e-commerce.
And actually, what I learned from this article was that, what is it? Tentum is played.
Tentum.
No, not apparently I didn't learn it correctly. The word played.
Played is like
it's a pattern.
Yeah, it's like the checkered things.
And in US they call it
flannel. Is it flannel or is that different?
No, flannel. I also have a flannel shirt. You don't want to see me in a flannel shirt. It doesn't look flat.
I thought it was the same.
Oh, really? Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, it's your language, so you're probably right.
No, I'm really
in this article, and I learned this, but apparently, again, I didn't learn it.
Played.
By the way, I'm gonna take a sarcastic comment from Hans real quick. Mobile first. Use your phone more often, Marcus. And he's absolutely totally right. He's absolutely totally right. And I think this is also what I got away from Hans, which is I think really smart. Googling something on a phone much more often, because also when we're analyzing something, we always have the desktop version. I'm always looking on desktop, clicking through on desktop, but doing this more often on mobile will give you a much better representation of the reality that most of the searchers have. So Hans, you're absolutely right. I promise besser. I promise to be better.
Yes.
Isn't played a different pattern? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Probably
I just totally
is.
screwed up. Judith, don't worry about it. I just totally screwed up. This might be the beer talking.
Cheers.
Keep on drinking. Come on.
Yay, it's Friday. Also, what happened this week? It was Brighton SEO. Yay. That was not me this year. That was me, I think, 2 years ago, because last year also wasn't possible. But still great that we can attend, I think, one of the biggest search conferences in the world now from the comfort of our own living room. It's not the same because, like, for the one Brighton SEO I've attended without a hangover, which is just strange. Like, everyone's hungover. Have you been to Brighton?
SEO. As I remember, just like Invite was never for me. As I was never Brighton SEO. Multiple reasons, but I don't want to get into this. But also with Brighton SEO, I learned, like, in the beginning was like, okay, you had the conference, and then at 5 everybody went to the pub. So the next year was the conference, and at 4 everybody went to the pub. Next year they had the conference, and at noon everybody went to the pub. And before Corona, it was sort of like, okay, now there's a conference, but you start at 8 o'clock in the pub. And I'm just not that
well, that's not everyone
drinking anymore to be able to keep up with this kind of it's tough.
There's still, like, a lot of committed learners there.
Learners. Committed
learners. Yeah.
Committed drinkers.
The whole town is taken over by SEOs, and it's like a yearly event where friends are seeing each other and catching up. So there is a strong tendency to be like, it's lunchtime, should we go have a pint? What's the next session? I'll check the slides later. It's a lot of that. But still, like, a lot of people are also dedicated to learning and networking. And I do always stick around for the final talk.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I had a pint at lunch, but that's okay. And then I party afterwards. But anyway.
If I drink a pint at lunch, like I call it an early afternoon.
Sam.
Do you not just wake up with a beer in hand and
I do the day after, yes, because I'm so relieved. Normally I have to give a talk at Brighton. I don't have to. Like, I put myself in that horrible position. So the evening after the conference, I'm always so relieved that I do have a pint, and then the next day I'm happy. Yes.
Just really
good times.
The time is not in there anymore. Like it. By the way, I was a foreign exchange student. Actually had in Brighton. Also I learned before I actually went to the States. I did a language course in Brighton.
What an amazing town.
Before Brighton SEO.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, it's really nice. So I just wanted to, like, quickly recap. Unfortunately, like, I couldn't attend a lot of the talks, only a few of them. It's my problem because I still schedule meetings on the day of conferences. I don't know why. Yeah. But Arish, who we love, she gave a fantastic talk on handling crawling and indexing issues. She had some really nice methods on also communicating those issues to stakeholders, keeping them up to date on changes to the website. So in general, it's a really great deck that's full of just also not just around like crawling and indexing solving, so in terms of like crawler flow issues, etc., but also on getting these technical recommendations shipped and approved internally. You can check out.
By the way, also I like it that we have here Spotify and Deepcrawl logos in 3 or 2 of a kind. But by the way, did you see the new Deepcrawl logo? Actually, Barry pointed it out. I actually saw the same thing. So I was at the Brighton SEO page and actually saw that Deepcrawl logo, and it's like, do they have a no logo? And then I checked back with their website, and it was still the old logo. I'm like, what is it with that? Actually, Barry pointed it out, and I just got they were responding with what looked like eyes.
Yeah, it's kind of like, something's going on.
I thought it's like, it means, oh, look at that. I didn't see that before. Now I'm opening my eyes. Am I putting too much into emojis?
So I always use the eyes.
Not that strong, yeah.
I use the eyes emoji when I'm like being ironic, or like, I didn't have beers at breakfast,
breakfast?
No, I didn't. I didn't. But if
it's like, holy shit.
Jono.
Change logo.
Yes.
IPO. Oh, the next
yes.
IPO. Yay.
It's even better than getting an IPO.
Mm-hmm.
Another talk I really enjoyed was from Abby Bennett of Digital Loft. So she gave a really interesting talk, like sharing some advice on psychology principles that power PR campaigns, but also, and this is why I especially loved it, to assist you and your teams during Corona fatigue. So I don't normally attend like digital PR talks because I don't really work in that field, but I thought I'd like just check it out and see what's going on there. And she was mentioning and encouraging us to help facilitate seeker systems, and these release dopamine. They help us try new things, learn about our environments. And this is something that during Corona, everyone is not experiencing enough of. So it's like something that we're deprived, and she encourages us to trigger, or there are 3 triggers that activate these seeking systems. And she gave us advice on how to do that in your campaigns and within your teams, such as, more celebration of wins, getting really creative, even like using personality tests to get to know what strengths your team members have. So also really enjoyed that one.
Awesome. I'll definitely look into this one.
Yeah, it was really cool. And also this morning I got to check out Dan Taylor's talk. I'm a big fan of Dan Taylor, yes. So he gave a really in-depth, and it's only 20 minutes, right? All these talks are only 20 minutes. He covered a lot in terms of utilizing image tags and entities for content topic optimization. And like a huge topic, a huge theme that he was running through during the whole talk was that don't just look at keywords as mechanisms for driving more traffic, but as ways of improving user happiness. And to do this, we can take a look at using Google's imaging labels and entity classification. I'm sure Martin is also a big expert on this area, as a way of as a method of keyword and topic research to improve content. Because we have access to all these tools that Google is using. We have like Cloud Vision API access, and we can track things like image tags and annotations. Like, for example, these ones here, which extract the entities within an image. They're going that one step further of just identifying what is in that photo, and to get a better understanding of just, of what like elegant search engines are able to connect, and therefore what you can use as great inspiration. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. There was a lot to digest, but
I've not understood a single word, but Martin Missel sagt great method, so it must be good. because he is
Yes.
the guru of image SEO.
And then also today and yesterday was OMKB, which is online marketing Bielefeld.
Yeah, so I was there just today. I had a Q&A. Also they asked me to be part of a fireside chat, a
Nice.
Q&A with some very interesting questions. So it was a lot of fun. I actually didn't watch anything else besides Anke Probst, who was on just before this show. So I stayed on and actually watched Anke, which is always nice. And but this was actually the only one, so I only did my Q&A session. But it was a lot of fun. Also great organized, lots of people, lots of great speakers, not like necessarily from the SEO space, but also like from digital marketing altogether. So this was really, really cool. What is he posting here?
That's a link.
Vision. Do you know this?
That's Cloud Vision API. You can test it out by throwing an image in and seeing what entities Google can extract from it. It's so interesting.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna play around with this. This is cool.
Also, I was checking the speaker lineup, and then this little bubble of Marcus popped up in the corner, which really made me laugh. And then I noticed that McFitty, MC Fitty, you call him McFitty.
McFitty.
He's a rapper in Germany, and he looks just like my brother.
That resemblance is uncanny.
The guy on the left is this rapper from Germany, and the guy on the right,
McFitty, because I actually don't know this McFitty. He was in right before my Q&A session, and I was like, "What's this bomb doing there, sitting on a sofa?" And then I'm like, McFitty. I thought it's like something like a mascot from McDonald's, something. And then he was like, oh no, so he has a new song. Oh, so he's like a thing. So now we're going to listen to his new song. But this is actually not, because I was like in the backstage area, so I didn't like watch the live stream. So I actually didn't hear the music. And so like for 3 minutes, nothing was going on. They were like going to pee, getting something to drink, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, great new song. That's so awesome. I have no idea. Oh, and it's so much different than your former songs. You know, it really resonated with me how you like, now I really would have liked to hear it. So yeah, but yeah,
I've heard he's cool, but yeah, that was my funny part. He looks like my brother. Yeah. Anyway, that was
maybe it is him. Maybe your brother's McFitty.
And that's it from the news.
That's it. Yeah, and we've just gone over by 15 minutes. So yeah. Thank you so much for the presentation. Awesome, awesome stuff for collecting all of this. Yeah, and thanks for you guys all to stick around. I know we have taken it a little bit too far. By the way, I really love your dinosaur in the back. That's really cool, and that's also that it's lighted up. That's really
it's
cool.
Nice, right?
Also, Julius would like this as well, especially because it's light up. You could use it as a.
I think it's for kids' rooms. It's not for grown-up offices, but oh well, that's Izzy.
Dude, I got Lego all around me, so whatever. I don't judge. Yeah, I got lots of Lego.
I mean, Lego is awesome.
This is why I only have this perspective, because if you look at this perspective, there's so much Lego here. By the way, one of my favorites, because we have Jono in here, so he's like, do you see the
Millennium Falcon?
Oh yeah, the Millennium Falcon too. But do you see the Freiheitsstatue, the Statue of Liberty?
Oh.
Wait. I think the lighting is too good. Let me turn up the lighting.
Yeah, Crystal has Legos on her desk too. Oh wow, that's amazing.
It's cool. There's the what is it called from the movie? The
Planet of the Apes.
Apocalypse City. I think this is what it's called, or something like this.
This is my Lego Izzy.
Awesome! Really cool. Really cool. Yeah, I know the guys at Yoast are also very. By the way, people at Yoast, this is, by the way, really cool what they did. I actually read this from Marike today. They were doing that because everybody's working at home, so they had you had to jog or bike to one of your colleagues, and then this guy had to jog bike to another colleague and stuff like this. So they were doing this. Sam, help me here. What it was called? I don't remember. I was just reading this and thought this is so cool, and we should do this as well. So that you
me. I don't jog or cycle.
You can do something sporty. Can you?
Can walk.
All right.
Can I walk? I'm sorry.
Or
I can catch the bus.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or is it like a circuit race or something, or like a decathlon or a triathlon?
Decathlon. Yeah, it was called. Okay, now I'm looking.
A relay. That was it. That was what I was thinking.
all
Yeah,
right.
relay.
Relay race. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a very, very nice idea. It's also again like for us. I mean, obviously we have 100 people now, right? Connecting with everybody, also the new people. I think this is a fun way, of like getting to know those people. I do not jog. Okay.
Same.
Me every day. I love it. I love it. Like bringing Julius to school in the morning. Also, I really like it. Yeah. People did walk as well. You see, so you can also.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess Jono didn't walk. Maybe Jono walked to his colleague Sam, and then Sam actually did something real. Could be.
Nice.
Be. Yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in and bearing with us. Again, it was a very exciting week. Actually, next week is going to be exciting, but not exciting because of us. Because next week is Karfreitag, Good Friday. Is it Good Friday?
Good Friday. Yeah.
So it's a
day
Friday.
off.
Yeah, it's a day off. And so therefore we won't have a show next week. But I would say the week after for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, with Easter eggs and chocolate and bunnies.
Oh
and
yeah, kids
baby chicks.
Crazy. Actually, my dad got Julius and Belly a Easter Adventskalender. Also, the Adventskalender, like the 24.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And now they have it for Easter and has 21 days.
I thought the point was to like cut out sugar and stuff after Easter. Isn't that Lent?
No screen time. Yeah, this doesn't work well with Belly. Belly, oh dude, it was so funny. So Belly got up and it was like, I don't know, 6:15 or whatever. And so I was preparing breakfast. And she's like, I didn't have ice cream today yet.
Me and Belly would get on really well. Yeah. Ice cream for breakfast sounds fantastic.
So I didn't have ice cream yet. Yeah, because it's 6:15. Like, what?
Brilliant.
Very much on sugar. So we get some nice cred here from.
Yay!
There's my mouse cursor. Yeah, great show. Thanks. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice weekend as well, Martin. And also a nice black heart from Judas. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope you tune in again in 2 weeks. We had a lot of fun, and especially because of you. You made it fun. Also, obviously, I'm talking about you, Izzy, and everybody else watching and commenting and making it very interactive. This is how we like it. And I would say I hope to see you in 2 weeks. So we would like to temporarily redirect you now from work to
the weekend.
That's us. So cheers, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Cheers.
And have a great Easter and see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Prost. Bye.